Hey, what's going on? Aaron here. Hope you're doing well. If you're watching this video right now, you might be checking out this website here called Repocket, all right? So I'm gonna review Repocket, and let's see whether you can actually get paid for your unused internet. Now, I've reviewed all sorts of different types of websites like this, and some are good, some are not so good, and some are just plain bad. So let's take a look at Repocket to see how much money you can really make, all right? Now, at any time, if you want, you can get my 5 to 10,000 US dollar per month strategy, and all you need to do is just click the link below, enter your email address, and I'll send that directly to your email if you want. All right, so Repocket, let's take a look at this. Now, there are quite a few websites and apps that actually pay you for your unused internet, right? So there's another website called Honeygain, which is very popular. I've actually got it. I'm not sure if you can see it in my browser, but this is Honeygain right here. And Repocket is just another version of this app and this website where companies will pay you for your unused bandwidth, and they will use that bandwidth to allow their customers, their paid customers, to get onto the internet. That's kind of all it is. It's a very, very interesting concept, right? And the way that this works is, first of all, Repocket's pretty new, all right? So this is actually the beta version of the product, and all you need to do is just create an account right here. You would download it, and you could download it in different versions, whether it's Android, iOS, Mac, Intel, Linux, Windows, for example, okay? And the way that this works is if you kind of scroll down here, and this is a really interesting thing. If you've seen them say that you can make $600 per month, then this is actually a big question mark, right? So this is kind of how it works. So this is pretty cool. There's like a sliding scale. So you can potentially have 10 devices, and if you're sharing 10 gigabytes per day per device, then you can potentially make $600 per month, right? But here's the thing. This is a huge caveat, all right? It's very unrealistic for you to have 10 devices because most people don't have 10 devices. First of all, it's going to cost you money to buy those 10 devices. And the other problem is that you can only use 2 devices per IP address. Okay, so if you're at home, your internet connection, your internet connection, your Wi-Fi router only has one IP address. So the chances that you can have multiple IP addresses is very, very unlikely. You would need to have 5 IP addresses to connect 10 devices. So that's extremely unlikely, okay? So the most that you can actually connect probably is 2 devices. You're not allowed to use a VPN because if you use a VPN and they find out, you will get your account banned, right? So it's more realistic to say that you can only connect 2 devices to Repocket, really, if you want to share your actual bandwidth, right? Maybe your laptop and your computer or your phone, right? So now the question is how much data are you going to share per day, right? Are you going to be sharing 1 gigabyte per day, or are you going to be sharing 10 gigabytes per day? Okay, and how much you share depends on how much money you can make, right? Now here's a problem with services like Repocket. Depending on where you live in the world will depend on how much data you get shared. So unfortunately, there is no way to fix how much data you actually share per day. All right, this is really dependent on your location, where you're based in the world. Are you living in Asia? Are you living in Canada? Are you living in the US? Certain countries will require you to share more data, and other countries, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to share that much data. So for example, I use Honeygain, right? And you can see it right here. And because I'm based in Malaysia, unfortunately, in this region of the world, I don't get to share very much data at all. So because of the region, I make very, very little money from Honeygain, and Repocket has a very, very similar structure. They basically pay 20 cents per gigabyte shared per day, which is actually very, very little, but that's pretty standard across the industry of this particular sector, right? So, for example, it's very unlikely that you're going to be able to share 10 gigabytes a day, right? It's more likely that you will share somewhere in the middle. Maybe I would say 2 gigabytes or maybe 4 gigabytes per day is more realistic to what you should actually expect from a website like this. Very, very unlikely that it will be on this scale, okay? So just to be conservative, it's more likely that you share roughly about this. 2 gigabytes per day on 2 devices. So that will bring you to roughly about $24 per month, okay? Not bad, all right? Not bad for you sharing your bandwidth for free, and you're not really doing anything. All you're doing is you're downloading the app, and you're just sharing your bandwidth, and these guys will pay you out a little bit of money, okay? So what else do you need to know about this? Well, first of all, how can you earn more, right? Now, if you actually log into Repocket, because they are in beta mode, they do have some other ways for you to make money. You can grab your referral link and share this with friends, and every referral link that you share, you'll make a little bit of money. Also, they've got an offer wall where you can actually go and fill out surveys, you can download offers, you can set up free trials and things like that. And that's a way for you to make a little bit of extra money. So if you want to do that, you can log in and you can make some extra money that way. But for the most part, it will be for you sharing your internet connection, and basically GeoNode's proxy services use your internet, okay? And companies will use your extra bandwidth for monitoring prices, searching on Google, monitoring stock prices, competitor research, similar types of activities. And that's what people will be using your extra bandwidth for, okay? Now, they pay off PayPal, so you need a PayPal account to be paid out, and they have a $20 threshold. That means that you must make $20 before they will pay you money into your PayPal account, right? Now, what's the reality of how much money you can really make with Repocket? I would say it's roughly about this. I would say it's probably between $15 and $24 per month if you live in the right part of the world. All right. So if you live in, say, a smaller part, small country in, say, Asia, it's unlikely that you will make even this much. It's more likely that you'll be making somewhere around there, I would say. Maybe about $6 a month, okay? That's what I've, made in my, because I live in Asia. So it's roughly about this rather than this, okay? So if you live in the US or in the UK, maybe Australia, you've got 2 devices, you probably share about this much data per day. So that's how much you can roughly make. So it's not bad, it's not earth shattering. You're not gonna completely change your life with this, but it is a website that's legit. It works. You can share your bandwidth for free. And you're already probably paying for your internet, so this could help you pay part of your internet bill. All right, so roughly expect to make anywhere from, I would say, $10 to $24 per month sharing free internet. That's pretty much it, right? Again, you're not going to pay off your mortgage, you're not going to become a millionaire or anything like that, but yes, it is a way for you to share your unused bandwidth to make a little bit of money, so that you can then take that money and maybe help pay off 1 or 2 bills, and that's pretty much it. Okay, so that is my review of Repocket. Okay, so it is a legitimate website. There are quite a few websites like this out there, like Honeygain I mentioned earlier. You can do the same thing. You can download it onto your phone, you can share your bandwidth, and you'll make roughly about the same amount of money. All right, so not a bad way to make a little bit of money. It's not going to be life-changing income, but it's still a website that works, and it's free, and you don't really have to do much. You just have to download the app and let it run on your phone, and that's pretty much it. So that's my review of Repocket. You can check it out if you want, repocket.co. If you're here though watching this video right now, perhaps you're looking for a way to make money online. Now, there are lots of different ways to make money online. Some of the ways are things like apps that share your bandwidth. You can fill out surveys. There are some free websites, GPT, PTC style websites. There are different business models, and there's all sorts of different ways to make money these days, which is really, really cool, to be honest, right? But for me, my favorite way to get to $5,000 to $10,000 US per month is about learning a specific skill and leveraging the power of the internet. So if if you've got an internet connection and you've got a computer or a laptop and you'd like to learn how to get to $5,000 to $10,000 every single month, I'd love to teach you how to do that. I've got a free training. All you need to do is just click the link in the description box and just go ahead and enter your email address. I will send that to your email, so please check your spam folder, because sometimes email ends up in spam. And that is my favorite strategy to get to $5,000 to $10,000 a month, if you would like to check that out. All right, I hope you enjoyed this review of Repocket. See you in another review video. Take care and all the best.